front, looks extremely sharp, super elegant. The facelift, I didn't like it. That's what people were extremely hating about. But with the new one, as you can see, the E-Class is standing out, looks extremely unique now. That line continuing all around, and that single line here, way sharper now, just merging in a body and then re-continuing again. But back in the days, in 2016, I remember, this was the best interior. Hello guys, I am back today welcoming you all with this. Right in front of us we have not only one, we have two cars. We have the all new 2024 model Mercedes Benz E-Class, and on the right hand side we have the 2016 model Mercedes Benz E-Class. And in today's video I want to compare both of these cars, doing an old versus new battle here. I will be telling you all the differences and the jump that Mercedes has done between 2016 up to 2024. So this car is 8 years older than this one. This is the completely newly released Mercedes Benz E-Class, and this one here is the W213. So this one here is the W214 2024 model Mercedes Benz E-Class, the E450 here in specific. And on the right hand side we have the 8 years older W213 E-Class here as an E350. And in today's video I will be telling you everything around. I will be talking about the prices, I will be talking about the dimensions, I will be talking about the interior and the exterior details, and then finish it all off with a resume. So let's get on and let's start the comparison of both cars. So first of all, just talking about the spec of both cars, we have both cars finished with the AMG line exterior option. This one is sitting on 18-inch wheels, this one I think on 20 if I'm not mistaken. This one is completely finished in black. It's a regular car of one of our friends. He daily drives this car, so it doesn't look brand new. This one is completely brand new. It's a test car from Mercedes Benz, as you can already see, finished in Verde Silva. We have no night package on this one, and also no night package on the car sitting on the right of us. Let's talk about the prices of both cars. Talking about the W213 in specific, the base price for an E200 in 2016 was at 45,000 euros in Germany. So starting price for an E-Class, 45,000 euros in 2016 with this model here. With this model, however, we have a humongous price increase. So the base price, starting price for a regular E200 with the new and latest generation starts at 61,000 euros. That's 16,000 euros plus in 8 years. It's crazy. But I will be talking about the prices as soon as we finish the video, because there's something very important I have to mention as well. So if you go and get yourself an E350, something like this will already cost you fully loaded around 60 to 70. Whereas with the latest generation, you will be almost touching the 90 to 100,000 euro mark with a non-AMG like a 350 with a 300 or even 450 that we have here as the 6-cylinder. Talking about the wheelbase, I will be putting you all dimensions here. We'll be just talking you briefly through. The new one grew by its wheelbase. So the wheelbase of the older model is 2,760 millimeters, and the new one we're already talking about 2,961 millimeters. So it grew by 20 centimeters, and you will see that by the space in the inside later on. Dimensions, the length, we have a 20 centimeters longer car, 4.7 meters with the old one, 4.9 meters with the new one. From the width, the new one is even wider, 1.7 meters with this one, 1.8 meters with that one. And from the height, the new one is also sitting a bit higher. As you might see, it's setting, they set the car a bit lower, but from the dimensions is higher, 1.5 meters with the new one and 1.4 meters with the old one. We'll be putting you all the details here so you can see. The transmission is exactly the same one as a 9G Tronic on both of these cars. And yeah, let's get on, let's start with the front and let's compare both faces. So this is the face-off we've all been waiting for. When back in the days they showed us the new W213, it was one of my favorite Mercedes-Benz models at that time. But now with the W214, they've actually improved it. The outside here, the front looks extremely sharp, super elegant. The facelift, I didn't like it because it didn't look as emotional as the W213 here, the pre-facelift model. The W214 here, the new 2024 model, they have smashed it. So we have both headlights looking at us. Left one, the new eye, and then on the right hand side, the previous gen eyes. What do you guys prefer? The new one or the old one here? It looks extremely elegant the way they shape these LED lightnings, looking like an eyebrow. The new one is, however, extremely distinctive and still looking super sporty, so it's actually a matter of taste which one you like more. As I mentioned, we have both cars here with the AMG line. You can see that here by the front. As soon as we also have a closer look, you can just compare both AMG line front bumpers. The new one looks way better because we even have some Mercedes Benz star details all around. The old one is just a regular one, as I previously mentioned. The front grille, you can see we have two horizontal lines and the regular Mercedes-Benz star, as you can see, finished in chrome. The new one, however, you can actually see that the grille is almost connected with the headlight unit. We have these little Mercedes-Benz stars, we have just a single line, and then the 3D emblem here. Right behind that we have the sensors hiding, and also with the front camera. The front camera is still sitting above the star, also on the previous generation. Also on the new one we have way more lines and power domes on the front bonnet. You can actually see that here. On the new ones there's actually just the lines here on the side, on both sides, but on the center there's no lines at all. Please excuse the cars for being extremely dirty. As I mentioned, our friend, he daily drives that car and is extremely rainy. I just tried to dry the cars from the front, but all around the cars are extremely dirty. Hope you don't mind. And here we go. We have both sides turned the other way around so we can have a closer view on the rear. As I mentioned, both cars are equipped with the AMG line, which you can instantly see by the exhaust tips on both cars. First thing that I noticed, that the E-Class is way longer, the new one, and the exhaust tips are way bigger. And I will be also showing you something that some of you will not like. First things first, your first impression, what do you think? Do you like the new one from the styling of the taillights or the previous one? Because the main detail on the previous model, the W213, is that the taillight unit is actually fitted on the side of the trunk and not on the trunk, not on the trunk lid, as you can see here. But with the new one you have the taillights even looking like connected and also fitted on the trunk lid. Previous model we just had the single light on each side, but with the new one it looks way slimmer and gives the designers more space to kind of impress. As you can see here, with the previous one they were extremely limited with the space, but with the new one they could do whatever they want. Here you can see it looks extremely well aligned. The design here looks super fabulous. What do you guys think? I think they've done an amazing job. With the previous one, as you can see here, they have the taillight unit. You have two single lights here. These were always marking the E-classes. With 3 lights you had the S-Class, and the single light was always the C-Class. Back then people also criticized a lot that the E-Class shape of the taillights, just the shape, looks extremely similar to the C and the S-Class. That's what people were extremely hating about. But with the new one, as you can see, the E-Class is standing out, looks extremely unique now with the new and updated taillights. Just from the size, as I mentioned, the latest generation E-Class is way longer. When you just look at the side here, almost giving me S-Class vibes. Something also extremely interesting is that we have a single line here, then merging in a body and then continuing again. However, on the new one, as you can already notice, we have that line moving all around the body here, also connecting with the regular door handles that we have here. With the new one, we have the seamless one, as you can even see. As soon as I swipe, they pop out and are also fully illuminated. So which ones do you even prefer? Do you prefer the seamless door handles or regular door handles? Please share it in the comment section below. As I mentioned here, you can see that line continuing all around, and that single line here way sharper now, just merging in a body and then re-continuing again. That's something that I find quite interesting. The rear windows here are a bit tinted. On this one it's completely clear, looks pretty cool. Even have a sneak preview in the interior, which I will be talking in a minute. Apart from that, guys, let me just also give you a closer look on the wheels. These are the base wheels for regular E-Class, the 5-spoke one, 18-inch, but here we have the AMG line design, as you can see, looking super fancy. The multi-spoke ones, 20 inches. We even have this car with the rear axle steering. Even though the car is longer, it doesn't feel like it's longer because the handling, the drivability is so much easier. Talking about one main thing that I have to mention, it's actually two. We have this chrome bar on the E-Class, making the E-Class always extremely luxurious. But with the new one, we have the chrome bar moving all around the car. Looks pretty cool. Also with the rear spoiler here. It's not a spoiler, but just the rear finish here. The curve here, giving this an extremely sporty touch. Even the Mercedes Benz star is curved. On the new one, it's just a regular one. As you can see, the star is looking quite straight. But yeah, what do you actually prefer? And now the final thing that I have to mention is the rear diffuser and the exhaust tip. The exhaust tip on the new one is actually completely fake. It's just the cover, as you can see. Underneath we have the real ones. The shape here looks also quite unique. The way they did this, extremely huge, makes the car look super sporty. With the old one, they looked so much more simple. And also the exhaust tips were actually not almost connected, but kind of real, because the real ones were hiding right behind on both sides. Here you go. So what do you actually prefer? Do you prefer nice looking covers or the real ones which are not connected but still you have some real exhaust tips sitting behind? Please share it in the comment section below. So to finish it all off, guys, there is one thing that I don't want to forget to mention, and it's the interior. Guys, when we look at the new one, the W214 interior with the super screen is an evolution. This looks extremely crazy. But back in the days, in 2016, I remember, this was the best interior in automotive history for me personally. The E-Class, just the jump from all the other cars, the E-Class back in 2016 was a technology and design carrying car in my opinion, and it was extremely advanced and also ahead of its time and its competitors. So as you can see, back then the 2016 E-Class came with the cool looking ambient lighting, extremely driver focused, the way they designed the inside, full of harmony, full of comfort. The steering wheel here you can also see is the latest gen, so this car must be from 2018, because around 2018 they had a model year change with the new steering wheel, picture of the previous one. We have some aftermarket shift pedals on there. We have the 12.3 inch display. The right one is actually touch. Command system from back in the days is so funny. The car in general, the interior is extremely timeless, also with something super iconic here with the Mercedes Benz watch. This is something that I really miss. The Mercedes Benz watch, we don't have that on any car anymore. The inside, as you can see here with the seats, quite regular, full black finish here with the aluminum touches. As I mentioned, he daily drives the car, so it's a already old looking car, but as you can already see, it's super timeless. So this also looks like brand new for my eyes already. However, the new one, they smashed it. The new interior is an evolution. The new interior is the best on the market, if you ask me, from the emotion perspective, the comfort, the drivability. The way they designed this is just extremely impressive. The Mercedes-Benz design is leveled up with the ambient colors game in the interior surrounding the driver and the co-driver now, like a cocoon. As you can see, ambient colors all around. That's the trend now. Back then, Mercedes-Benz set the trend with the S-Class and the E-Class that we have here. You can just see the lights. Back then, this was already a lot with these lights, but now just look at the ambient colors inside. We have the latest super screen here, almost everything touch except for the driver's display there. We have the latest MB.OS system, which now even comes with third-party apps like TikTok, YouTube, Angry Birds and stuff. We have a camera right inside here, the latest gen Mercedes-Benz steering wheel, and also the inside. We have so much more space, making the E-Class almost like an S-Class. But there's something that I have to criticize, and it's the seats. The seats, they are extremely comfortable. Don't get me wrong, they're heated, they're a cooled seat, and if I'm not mistaken, you can even go with massage seats in the E-Class. But there's something that I don't like. I mean, you're paying so much money, but the E-Class seats look still quite regular. They don't look as comfortable, just from the look. They don't look as luxurious as the previous one. Just look at the previous one, how thick the leather, the work of the interior, the details all around. Also the comfort was extremely perfect, also heated here. Massage seats available for the E-Class back then. Also you can see the entire finish here is something that I really miss on the latest Mercedes Benz cars, because as you can see, the new ones, they look extremely futuristic and actually fit to the entire design, but for me they look kinda cheap, if you get what I mean, just because from the look, from the thickness of the seat. Don't get me wrong, they are extremely comfortable and work perfectly well with the Mercedes Benz E-Class, but for my eyes only, I think I would prefer these seats here in specific. But except for that, everything in the new interior is absolutely perfect. The materials used, the leather work, the interior quality. I mean, a lot of people have been criticizing it, but I think Mercedes-Benz did an amazing job. They have actually improved, and just look at the step from this to this. Wow, well done Mercedes-Benz interior department, design team, you guys smashed it. What do you guys think? Which one would you choose? The old interior or the new one? So that's it basically for today's video, guys. How do you like the comparison of these two legendary icons? In my opinion, both the old W213 E-Class and the new W214 Mercedes Benz E-Class here are extremely well designed and timeless icons. And I think Mercedes Benz, the design department and the engineering team, they did an amazing job on both cars. However, the new E-Class is almost like an S-Class. This thing now has smashed every single competitor and is extremely successful in sales. People are loving the new E-Class. This was almost the same with the W213 E-Class back then as well, but I think the latest one, they've just done an amazing job, almost dethroning an S-Class. That's something that people couldn't even imagine of. Imagine this model E-Class, the W214, is even available as a long wheelbase in China, and I would 100% go for the new E-Class long wheelbase instead of the S-Class. I hope you enjoyed today's video, the comparison of both of these cars. Which one do you like more? I personally have to say I really love the W213, and I also really like the W214. This one is an iconic, timeless piece of art. Engineering, design wise, and just from the emotions, this is absolutely perfect. Back in 2016, ahead of its competitors and ahead of time, but I think they've also done an amazing job with the latest generation 2024 Mercedes Benz E-Class, and I think these two cars here are one of the best Mercedes Benz E-Class, and people will get used to it. They will even start liking this more, and I think this is one of the best E-Classes ever made. So what do you guys think? Old one or new one? Please share it in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I talked a lot. Here we have both keys here sitting. We have the latest Mercedes-Benz E-Class key and the previous one here. I have to say the previous one looks so much more elegant, but the new one here with the plasticky look, the shape of the new one is kind of cool, but I prefer the old one just from the materials they have used here. The new one kind of looks a bit too cheap with the plastic parts here. What do you guys think? Which one do you like more? I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of these kind of videos, please share it in the comment section below. I'm already looking forward to see you all again and wish you an amazing day. I will be back.